Doubles and Coffee, Colm member, Finance Minister, former acting Prime Minister of the PNM, shocked that the case against 7 police officers in Sangre Grande, allegedly extorting a businessman on video camera and so on, collapsed because the police that he and Rowley and the cabinet put in charge as the leadership are unable to lead, and the case collapsed because people didn't go to court, police didn't go to court. I wonder if Colm is shocked that yesterday 5 more police get off of criminal charges because case collapsed, because police did not attend court. I wonder if Colm was shocked that the Auditor General said, Colm, Ministry of Finance, $3.6 billion cannot be accounted for. Where's the paperwork? Where is it coming from? I can't just change it. The date has gone past due for the audited accounts. Was Colm shocked then? Was Colm shocked when he and his ministry and his government could not and cannot account for $1 billion in expenditure of your taxpayers' money? Was Colm shocked when his government has spent over $500 billion and nothing in this country functions properly? A PNM cannot tell me one good thing, one innovative program, one functioning system that has been implemented in 9 years by Colm, Imbert and Rowley's PNM. Was Colm shocked when Rowley leaves Fitzgerald and Talbot Hines as Minister of National Security after 622 murders and heading for our next 600 this year? Was he shocked? Colm Imbert, were you shocked at the situation at the Privy Council when the law lords on a case that you brought, that you paid taxpayers money for, you and the Attorney General of the PNM to hound down after you went to the Senate and the Parliament and attacked the Auditor General who nobody knew, called her all kinds of things, attacked her character under privilege in the Parliament, and then took the case all the way to the Privy Council to try to investigate the Auditor General for just doing her job, trying to account for the taxpayers' money for the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Colm, were you shocked that these law lords out there across the pond in England, who don't know nothing about PNM and UNC, who don't know nothing about the politics of Trinidad and Tobago, who don't know nothing about the corrupt Babylon Tower of Balize House that is going up for $120 million. They don't know anything. They listen to your side, your arguments from your senior counsel, Douglas Mendes. And after listening to him for 2 whole hours, they tell Anand Ramlogan, shh, you sit down, you have nothing to say. That's the most ludicrous, asinine argument ever presented before the board of the Privy Council. And bam, you lose the case. On top of that, they suggest and they ask, why is the Minister of Finance, you, Colm, why are you not being investigated? Why is your ministry not being investigated, Colm? Were you shocked at that? So don't come and feign your shock. Were you shocked when police went to Barbados and kidnapped Brent Thomas? When you and Rowley in the Parliament started to talk about FULs and private citizens with legal firearms and created and concocted and manufactured this fallacy and this fantasy that there's some issue with legal firearms? Were you shocked that the police woman who you and your government now promote to Deputy Commissioner of Police and some other officers somehow got on a CARICOM Impacts jet, left the jurisdiction of Trinidad and Tobago, which requires approval from the Minister of National Security in your PNM government, flew over to Barbados, got the Barbados Constabulary to act illegally, causing the Attorney General and the government of Barbados to be embarrassed, have to apologize, and soon to pay Brent Thomas money for illegally kidnapping him out of his hotel room, leaving him in a cage, then putting him on the same CARICOM jet and bringing him back to Trinidad and Tobago, where now in the courts, Brent Thomas is going to have to be paid by Trinidad and Tobago taxpayers large amounts of money for illegal arrest, kidnapping, abuse of power, no paperwork, natural justice breaches. Are you shocked at that, Colm? So keep your shock for yourself. Keep your shock when you push your finger in a socket, Colm. But are you shocked? Colm, but this last one. Are you shocked that the CDA has all of a sudden instituted across the board to all tour operators to Gaspery Island that they must have a CDA police officer paid for by the tour operators on their vessel with people who would like to tour Gaspery Island before dropping them off to walk up and get into the caves? Are you shocked at that brand new policy? Would you be shocked if I tell you that that policy just came out just after a boat of citizens who were drinking a little rum and scotch pulled up to go to Gaspery and saw you, Colm, in a Speedos, and they heckle you, Colm, and they made fun of you. They didn't curse you, they didn't abuse you, but they made fun of you. They say, hey, Dwayne, Imbert, you're looking sexy in your Speedos, and they gave you talks. Is that just a coincidence that right after that, the CDA sent out a memo to all tour operators that any tour going to Gaspery Islands where you, Colm, now have interest, shares, or ownership in a house down the islands, that now all tour operators have to have a CDA police officer before they dock to let off people to go to Gaspery Caves, and all the tour operators find that is arbitrary, it's an increase in cost, it is debilitating, and so tours to Gaspery Island have now decreased by over 80 to 90%. Is that true, Colm? Is it a coincidence? Did you have anything to do with that change in policy of the PNM CDA board, Colm? Eh? You still wearing Speedos, boy, Colm? Oh, good. I just give myself a nightmare for the whole day picturing that Dwayne in a Speedos.